Let me talk to y'all about excuses. And I saw one come across the internet, social media here yesterday, and it just bothered the hell out of me. And that is, guy on his journey, he's down, I don't know, about 100 pounds from 425 pounds to 325 pounds. He's making his way. He's doing good work. He trips himself up, which he tends to do often, throws it out on the internet. He's one of these guys out there giving advice on how to lose weight, even though he's got another 100 pounds to go to even get within the realm of where he should be. But that's all right. He's getting some encouragement, except this is the comment that he made that I hear, that I see, I should say, often. He fell down the day before, ate a bunch of garbage that he shouldn't eat. And he was fixing that by doing a 36-hour fast. People asked him, well, why are you doing the 36-hour fast? Why are you holding yourself accountable like that? And he said, because eating that food triggered his food addiction. If I hear the word food addiction one more time, it's going to be one time too many. It comes up constantly in this society that we have fashioned for ourselves today, where everyone has an excuse. No one is to blame. Everybody can point a finger. We all have something that we can blame our habits for. Now, I have been addicted to some of the most powerful substances on earth multiple times. I have beaten it in the short term multiple times. These are drugs I needed for tremendous amounts of pain, so they were prescribed to me. And when I got off of them, it was like the marrow was climbing out of my bones. The most painful thing probably I've had to go through, and I was fortunate enough to do it 3 times. Food is not an addiction. Now, you have that addiction to food, but food is not an addiction. Like cocaine is an addiction, or heroin is an addiction, or methamphetamine is an addiction. It's not pain meds and things of that nature. It's not. I had the same food addictions. I've been through the withdrawal. I know it very well. Don't tell yourself it is, even if it was. The problem is that we're always looking for that scapegoat. We're looking for somebody else to tell us, or we're looking for someone else to point to and say, that's the problem. My wife brings food into the house. My kids are eating all this other garbage. What am I supposed to do? Right? The people at work, you don't understand, they're eating hot dogs and cake and ice cream, and they're having birthday parties, and they're going out to the bar, and they're drinking alcohol, and they're doing all of these things. Who cares? That's them, not you. You want to be rare? You want to be special? You want to be extraordinary? You want to get your life back? You want to fight for everything that you have? You want to push to get yourself back, the human being locked inside of that mass that you're living inside of? You're going to have to do it without excuses. You're going to have to do it without leaning on this addiction that society says you have that you can't get rid of. The addiction doesn't make you put food in your mouth. It doesn't make you. You do that all by yourself. And if you give that addiction power, it's going to take more, and it will make it that much more difficult for you to escape it. I'm not telling you that sugar isn't addictive. 100% it is. But when we're talking addiction, it is not alcohol addiction. It is not drug addiction. I have been there. I've done that. It is not that. But it is tough to beat. It does take work. It does take thought and process. But the first step, having gone through it like I did 2 years ago, the first step is saying it's my fault. It's on me. I take responsibility for it. I'm not going to let it beat me. I'm going to beat it. It doesn't have control over me. I have control over it. And I would do anything I could to get past that addiction. I would do whatever needed to be done in order to successfully come out on the other side. And I had day after day after day after day in those early days that were so hard for me to do. One day at a time, I kept telling myself, Chasing the Scream was a book, as I've talked about, on addiction. And I read that book to understand in as much as I could, to fill my brain with as much information on what the worst addictions in the world went through, so that I had perspective. And I brought that perspective to me beating that demon that is sugar and cake and processed food and ice cream and candies and alcohol and sugar pop, Mountain Dew. Shout out, love Mountain Dew. All of those things that were literally killing me. I wanted my life back. There can be no excuses when you want your life back. You cannot give power to addiction when you want your life back. You cannot give power to the food that you put in your mouth willingly by blaming it on something or someone else. Opportunities are everywhere. You got to go get them. But you have to, I say this at the end of every video, you have to go get them. They will not come to you. It is not easy. There is no shortcuts. Life is very, very difficult. You have fed this food into your mouth. You have put yourself in this position health-wise. And only you alone, you can get it out. Other people can help if you allow them. But if they won't, should not stop you. Only you are going to fix this. Opportunities are everywhere, but you have to go get them. Start by going for a walk.